everybody. Welcome to Did You Pack Snacks? My name is Colin.
And I'm Meg.
This is a family travel podcast where we talk about the hard times, the good times, the highs, the lows, all the long miles in between of traveling with kids.
We do that here.
That's what we do every single Wednesday.
Thanks for coming back.
Our episodes drop at 5 a.m. on Wednesdays. You can hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, leave a review. We would greatly appreciate that. But today, we're going to have a little chat.
Okay.
We're going to have chat all things travel that has happened this week.
Or in the recent weeks. That's a lot of pressure. I might... Things that have happened recently.
Okay. But yeah, before we jump into all that, I just want to say how sweet it's been when people tag us on Instagram, when people send us an encouraging DM about like how they're listening, what episode they're listening. You know, some old friends that just randomly text and go, I love the Ireland episode, I need to listen to that. Or some young moms that are traveling on planes soon and they tag us, and I'm like, man, it is so nice that they see this as a resource. I hope it's also entertaining.
Right, and because when we started this, we hoped that people would listen, right? But we didn't know.
I didn't know
if you actually would.
Right.
So it's encouraging to know we're not just I
didn't even know if my mom would listen.
Ourselves. Does your mom listen? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Mom, are you listening? Because when I told her we were launching a podcast, she goes, What's a podcast? That? And so I said, you can find it on YouTube. She's like, okay. I'll do that. But yeah, so yeah, we launched this not knowing people would check it out. They have.
And we're so glad you're here.
We are so glad you're here.
Okay, so before we get in to the big list, tell us how your week was. What's been going down since the last time we hit record?
This week has been, I'll tell you what, it was hard but rewarding.
Okay.
Hard because we bought the girls a trampoline.
Well, they technically bought it with the money from their piggy bank, which probably contributed to about 6% of the cost of the trampoline. So they think that they bought it.
They went 6 and we went 94.
That's right. Good
math. Solid 94. But because we knew the trampoline was coming, we were like, all right, if they're going to be on the trampoline, we might as well like do something to the backyard. Well, little did I know. We woke up on a Saturday. We decided to paint the whole deck. We decided to get some new pillows, a new rug.
Well, because I happened to walk in. You're forgetting an important detail.
I was getting there.
We happened to walk into Target when the outdoor section in our Target was 75% off. So I got some things.
You went to town.
I did.
You came out of that Target giggling.
I did. I was excited.
And you said, Colin, we can return any of this later, which is the go-to line. Okay, do y'all use this line where you tell your spouse or whoever, and you say, it's okay, we can return it later, but I got it anyways?
Yeah, you just have to make the purchase or else someone else will take it. Yeah. And then you think. Yeah. You buy and then you think.
Do you know that is like, is it an American concept? Because that did not exist for me growing up.
I wouldn't go as far to say that it's an American concept. I think...
Speaking of Amazon and returns, there's an Amazon truck pulling into our house right now. Let's see what's coming out of the truck. I already know. What is it?
It's a thing for the deck.
Oh, citronella candles?
No, it's not an American thing. I think it's just a thing that people who like to buy things say.
No, but like the concept of like being able to return a product.
Oh, that is totally an American thing.
Right?
Yeah.
When I grew up, if you bought the wrong size, sorry. You're gifting it to your cousin.
Yeah, no, I think Target, Walmart, Amazon, they've all spoiled us rotten with their return policy because, you can just bring it back. You can use it and decide you don't like it. REI, do they still have their lifetime situation? I think it's gotten a little more. It might be a year now. Okay, but they used to have that return policy where you could bring stuff back years later and they wouldn't ask any questions. So we're spoiled in this country.
But anyways, our deck is
It's nice. It like went up a notch.
It went up a notch.
Yeah.
And I dozed off earlier in the back porch at 2:30 in the afternoon, which I probably shouldn't do every day, but now I'm tempted to every day.
Just lay on the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was probably the highlight of my week. What about you?
I don't know. I mean, we live the same days, so I can't say that anything is jumping out at me. I don't live a secret life. But I will say something I just told you this morning when we were walking around is I do feel like the summer rhythm, because our life is typically so up in the air, going from one place to another. It's been that way for about 2 years. And then this summer, we're just here. And this morning, I felt a lot of joy from that. I feel a little bit rooted in a good way. I feel these rhythms and they're like benefiting me. Like I feel happy, and happy knowing that this is like a season that I'm kind of taking advantage of and enjoying, and also having that forethought to know that travel and that other part of our life is right around the corner. So I think, I just think that this summer, I mean, I can't believe it's going to be July in a few days. So we're kind of halfway through the summer months. But it feels good. I'm enjoying our summer rhythm.
Yeah. Well, if you don't know this about us, we are also travel creators. And so we travel a lot during the year whenever we find a cheap flight deal. Well, those flight deals have escaped us. And we decided to lay low for the summer.
Right.
So we've been getting kind of antsy being home. But I get what you're saying. I feel like the next time we leave, we're leaving a home behind.
Yeah.
And a home that is like, man, remember that place, that settled place that we have that we can go back to.
Right. Versus,
we're just coming and going and trying to make it feel like home. It's already been a home for us.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I'm so stoked to travel.
I can't wait.
I mean, in the last 48 hours, how many times have I gotten a text message that says, wait, do you just want to go here next week?
Right.
Wait, should I buy this ticket? Wait, I'm on the phone with someone right now. Should we do this?
We were going to go to Vancouver, going to go to Phoenix, to Vegas, to California road trip.
I mean, and by the time we
Puerto
get
Rico
on a podcast next week, maybe we will have booked something else.
We might book something tonight.
It's just a constant conversation in our house. But for now, I'm enjoying the summer for as long as this lasts.
Yeah, we got one beach vacation coming up, though. We are headed to 38 in July.
Right.
So if you guys live in Florida, want to say, hey, we'll be in 38.
Yeah, let us know. Or if you live around the 38, Destin area, and you have a teenager that loves to babysit, let me know.
All right, let's talk travel.
Okay, let's do it.
I feel like we focused a lot on traveling with kids, which that's what we are about. But this one's for the 30,000 feet. You just love travel kind of episode.
Okay, yeah.
We're just gonna go through the things that we have found pretty interesting this week that we just want to talk about. Okay, I'm gonna kick us off. You ready?
Yeah, go first.
Okay, Floridians, you guys get the best flight deals. This week alone, I've seen flights to everywhere, but this one stood out to me.
Okay.
Do you know that you can fly for $270 from Orlando to Lima, Peru?
Right now.
Right now.
Which Lima, Peru. I mean, you can go there and just head to Lima. You could go see Machu Picchu.
Right. That's an hour flight to Cusco and get to Machu Picchu. Yep.
Right. Which is, I mean, that's bucket list status. It's on my bucket list.
Yep.
You've got incredible food. You've got the coastline.
You got the llamas.
I would love to go to Peru. Should we be booking that deal?
We got a lot going on.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
That's so affordable.
No, that is. And for anyone that lives in Orlando, man, you guys have it good. Actually, even if you are not interested in flying internationally, today alone, I've seen flights back and forth to Phoenix, back and forth to Vegas. Orlando just is the hot spot.
They've got it going on.
A lot of people are coming in and out of Orlando for many reasons. One of them being the ears, which
is Disney. I'm like,
Right?
that sounds a little elusive, but yeah,
Well,
Disney.
if you wear ears, you know what I'm talking
Okay.
about.
The
All my
ears-
ears people,
They're
they
saying-
have their ears on.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I just wanted to say, like, wow, Orlando, like, that is not a bad place. If you love to travel the world, that is not a bad place to relocate to.
Yeah. For travel's sake, I think it is a pretty expensive place just in general.
Yeah, but also speaking of Orlando, though, do you know what's been on my Instagram feed for the
What?
past 2 weeks?
What?
I saw one reel about a springs, and it's basically, I mean, because this whole time I didn't know. I knew Florida had springs, and springs are your like really clear rivers and little creeks that people swim and tube in, and this was probably a week or two ago when we were getting real antsy, and I was like, where can we go to swim? Like, it's summertime, I just want to get in the water. So I looked up the one springs that I knew of. It's called Ichitakni, and since then Instagram's been blowing my feed up. And Orlando is not a bad place. There are tons in Mexico, they call them cenotes. In the US, they call them springs. But yeah, Orlando's got it all. And another reason to go live in Florida. And also manatees. Can't forget the manatees.
I guess we should relocate. Florida's got everything.
And they got great food. Man, well, to be honest, I've spent a lot of time in Orlando. When I first moved to the U.S., I spent 2 weeks there. So that's why I have a Orlando area code phone number. A long
time. How many people, when he said a long time, were expecting that he'd follow that with 2 entire weeks? That's not that long.
No, I meant like a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
When I first moved to the U.S., I spent 2 weeks there. That
Okay.
was my introduction to America
Was Orlando.
Was Orlando. It was Disney World. It was Universal. We did it all in like the first week. And I was like, and we went to TGI Fridays. And I was like, and I ordered the ribs. And I got a Dr. Pepper because I was like, man, on TV, people get Dr. Peppers. I want to see what it tastes like. And when it came and I took my first sip and I was like, oh my gosh, this tastes like medicine.
Yeah.
And I actually switched it up for a Coke. But then a couple days later, I go, what's that taste in my mouth? It was Dr. Pepper. I love it now. Like, it happened that way.
Weird.
Yeah. I don't know what they put in that.
It's a little strange.
It's a little freaky now that I think about it. But there you have it.
There you have it.
Orlando.
All right. Well, moving on from your Orlando to Peru, I've got something I have to reference my phone for.
Okay.
But have you seen the news about Tom Stuker?
I'm stoked to hear about it.
So back in 1990, he bought a lifetime pass from United Airlines that would grant him permission to fly
Anytime.
for the rest of his life.
This is like they used to do that?
Yes, in the
Okay.
90s.
Okay.
So he bought one from United Airlines for $290,000.
Okay.
Since then, he's flown over 23 million miles, which is more miles than any individual in history. Okay, you guys, through this entire story, I'm referring to this gentleman as Tom Stuker, but his name is actually Tom Stuker. Or Stucker. Either way, wanted to get my facts straight. Back to the podcast. Another example is that in 2019 was his best year. He took 373 flights that year, covering a distance of 1.46 million miles. If he would have paid cash for those flights, it would have cost him $2.4 million that year alone.
Did it say if he can fly first class?
He does, because he accrues the miles.
Man.
And then they asked him because he apparently once flew 12 consecutive days straight.
Yeah.
Not staying in a hotel at all, just from plane to plane to plane for 12 days. And somebody asked him why. Like, do you really just love flying this much?
Did he say because I can?
No, but what he does, he redeems them. He accrues miles and then redeems them for non-flight purchases, which actually isn't crazy smart. The points don't really translate well beyond like an airline ticket for us common people. But for him, he redeems them because he can get as many as he wants. He doesn't ever need to pay for a flight. So he uses his flight miles. He's used them for hotel suites, cruises, gourmet meals, and even once for a $50,000 gift card to Walmart in order to gift to his brother.
Tom Stuker?
Yeah.
Why have I not heard about him?
He also apparently redeemed some miles in an auction once in order to appear on an episode of Seinfeld.
Yeah. Bong, bong, bong.
So wild. The craziest thing is that United has like honored him. And I guess like he's kind of famous among the crew members because he knows almost everyone.
Yeah.
He's got a great relationship. No one has anything bad to say to him.
Yeah.
But like, and instead of United being like, how can we find some way to get this guy out of his lifetime pass?
Yeah.
Because he's got a lot of years left. In the photo I saw of him, he's got some time left. He's
doing well.
He's doing well. But I just think it's great that United's like honoring this, and he's definitely using it to its fullest potential.
Man.
And he has a million nice things to say about United, so they just keep letting him fly whenever he wants.
Yeah, according to the points guy, Brian Kelly, he did say that United has the best loyalty program in America. When it comes to like the big three, when you think of Delta, American, United, his favorite is United. And that is genius. I wonder if there are more people like Tom that bought this lifetime pass.
And just don't use it as often.
Or like if when it came out, everyone thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
But Tom was like, no.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's wild and really cool. Like in hindsight, I mean, that would have been such an incredible investment to do had people had the forethought that it would actually be a thing that worked and lasted throughout their life.
Wow.
But yeah, $290,000 and the man flies all the time.
I'd watch a movie on Tom.
I know. I think we need to know more about Tom. I mean, he was all over the news this week, I feel like
I'm stalking him on Instagram after this recording.
All right, we should find him.
He might be on Facebook.
He might be on Facebook. Either way, we should check him out.
Tom Stuker.
I'm so glad you hadn't heard about it yet. I feel like I just shared a wealth of knowledge with you about my new friend Tom.
I'm jealous of people listening to this because they can pause the show and stalk him.
Yeah, maybe we should link whatever we find in the show notes. We'll link to Tom wherever he is so people can find him easily.
Tom, I want to meet you.
Yeah. Can we fly together sometime?
2 adults, 2 kids. I don't mind economy. All right, moving on. I want to talk about one of my favorite summer places to go to.
Okay.
That I've never been.
Okay.
Well, when we decided to make this episode, we were just like, let's list things that we like to talk about. Mm-hmm. And this was the first thought I had.
Okay.
I want to go see polar bears in a little town way up north in the Great White North, in a little town called Churchill in the province of Manitoba in the country of Canada.
Okay, I was waiting for the country.
It apparently is like, according to their website, they are you can find the highest population of polar bears per capita. And in the summer, imagine this, okay? Small town, and there is a field of lupin flowers all across these purple flowers. And in the summer, when the sun sets late, casts a shadow above the white sand, all of a sudden you see a polar bear and its cubs just playing around in these purple fields. That is what Churchill is, my friend.
And you want to go?
I want to go. And another reason why I want to go is because it is so far up there. It is so hard to get to. The closest major city is Winnipeg. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Winnipeg. That's a fun city to say. Winnipeg. So you got to get to Winnipeg, right? Which is already far up north.
Right.
And then you can either charter a plane up there or you can ride the train, which is a long train ride. Mm-hmm. But one day we are going to Churchill.
One day. How close can you get to the polar bears?
There's a lot of polar bear tours where you get in these like kind of like the ones where you that can drive on ice. Mm-hmm. So you just stay on that.
Yeah. Oh, and they kind of like a safari, but you're
right
on ice.
It seems very quaint. It's not like Svalbard where when you leave your house you need to carry a gun.
Right. That's what I was curious.
Right. Well, I don't know. This the website.
Will we be safe? That's what I'm wanting to know.
Well, they seem happy up there.
Okay.
Right. So we got to go investigate.
Yeah, check out the polar bears.
You know what? You have questions. So do I. We got to go find some answers.
It just caught your attention.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. No, it didn't catch my attention. It's been on my heart.
It's been on your heart.
Yeah.
Speaking of what's on my heart, we call these pre-trip expenses, right?
Oh, the PTEs.
The PTEs. So regardless of where you're going,
Explain the PTEs.
I am,
because our friend coined this term.
He
Because
did.
you
Shout
plan.
out to Jay Brock.
Shout out to Justin Brock. You plan a trip. You're like, honey, this is the budget.
Yeah.
And he goes, no.
You're
Because-
forgetting an entire line item,
Right.
which is the money dedicated to all the things, all the essentials, wink, wink,
Yeah.
that you're going to need in order to make that trip the best trip ever.
You're all of a sudden lifestyle change. All of a sudden you're getting hiking boots. Why are you getting hiking boots?
Because you're going to maybe hike once or twice.
You're gonna get a whole new outfit. You gotta get this jacket, that jacket.
Yeah, depending on the weather. Is it going to rain? Maybe you don't have a proper rain
Right.
jacket.
And for me, it's like, Megan, I need that new camera.
Maybe you're not a reader, but you're going to read on the plane, so you got to throw a Kindle into your Amazon
Right.
cart.
All of a sudden, you have a new lifestyle.
Hobby. Yeah.
And these are your PTEs.
You at home, you take pictures on your phone, but maybe you're going to send Colin a text and be like, "What camera do I need?
Right.
I'm headed to Europe."
I'm swimming. I guess I need a GoPro.
You definitely need a GoPro if you're
Right.
going swimming. Pre-trip expenses. So because we're traveling soon, I'm just starting to make my list.
Oh, I got my list too.
I'm starting to anticipate what I may need. And do you know what's kind of ironic?
What is?
Most of my things are like clothing items.
Well, that's cool, Megan. Because mine are all like camera gear. Like I need a new wind muff for so we get good audio.
Yeah, so we block
I need
out the
extra
wind.
batteries.
Extra batteries.
All that stuff.
I was thinking more like I need a new jacket. I need a proper jacket. I have a pair of shoes that I'm like keeping an eye on.
Yeah. So all you folks out there, if you have extra clothing, just text Megan.
Send it
she
to
can
me.
borrow it. That's great.
Yeah, it's fun. I actually think it's an exciting part of any trip is you get to kind of anticipate what you're gonna snag before you go.
Oh, it's the funnest part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have all the things that the kids require, right? Like our girls, every year they just need new things. Thankfully, because we have two girls, Charlotte's stuff kind of gets bumped down.
Yeah.
We save it all, so Liv has
We
to wear
kind
it.
of buy 1.5 things.
Right. But I mean, jackets, shoes, boots, it just adds up.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
Did you know from September 2022 to June 2023, Charlotte has grown 4.5 inches?
Wow.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that information?
We went to CVS Minute Clinic last week because we had a strep throat scare.
She didn't, but I like to be a responsible parent and know if we have something contagious.
Yeah. But yeah, they are growing at an alarming rate.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. They need new jackets.
Yeah, they do,
Add that
sadly.
to the list. But yeah, I was just saying, I was thinking, I'm going to get a jacket. I've already shown you the one that I want. I really want some of those cute Birkenstock slides.
Slides.
Yeah, the little like clog looking things.
Yes.
Maybe
yes.
they're called a mule. Are they called a mule, you guys? I like them. And then the last thing.
Those are your like casual wear after a long day of adventuring. We're going into a restaurant.
Yeah, and I just need something like comfy to slip into, but it's
Yeah.
too cold to wear a flip flop. So I need them.
Okay.
Okay, and then the last thing, I already have this, but I was just going to say maybe add it to your list of things to peruse before you travel is it's called, the brand is Walker Family Goods. They're a sweet family. They make all of these different bags, luggage, slings. And that's one of my favorite things to travel with is my Walker sling. And they make some really great products. And I've already told Colin that I felt like one day we could like graduate into using their luggage because I think it's just really cute. That's, and great material, great quality. But yeah, you should check them out before your next trip because you'll probably like their stuff too.
Yeah. I like their Instagram. The way they capture everything through stories, I'm like, I'm there.
I'm there.
I'm
They're a
engaged.
good follow. Walker Family Goods.
They're great
Check 'em out.
storytellers. Yeah.
All right, what you got?
All right, next up. This
Okay.
is super exciting
Okay.
because in November we are headed to Hong Kong. And which I'll just say I'm very excited.
Yeah, we've never been.
Right, because we all know as LA being like the entertainment capital of the world, but Hong Kong is the entertainment capital of every single Asian. Unless, there's also Seoul and Tokyo. But every single, let's say, Southeast Asian that grew up watching Chinese, Cantonese soap operas. Now the K-dramas has kind of taken over all that. But I would say in the 90s, 80s, early 2000s, Hong Kong had it on lock.
Okay.
Right? The birthplace of Jackie Chan. So we're going to Hong Kong, and I am beyond excited.
Me too. I'm really excited.
I've done a lot of research on the foods, on what to eat, and it turns out everything that I used to eat as a kid originated from there. All your dim sums, all your noodle meals, and so I'm excited to introduce all that to our kids. Anyways, we are also going to spend a day at Disneyland.
We have to.
We have to.
Right.
Which, speaking of, I need to book those tickets.
Yeah.
But they announced a few weeks ago that even though it's the smallest Disney park in the world, it's one of the most modern and most, how do I put this? It has a lot of bang for your buck.
Okay.
All the rides are really imagined for the people of Hong Kong, people of Asia, and really unique. But Arendelle, they are building Arendelle.
The first one, right?
The first one, Snow Mountain, Elsa's castle up in the mountains, and then even all the way down to the fjords and the little town.
The girls are gonna freak out.
Right, and we are going to Arendelle, and I cannot be more excited
to go see the land of Frozen.
Right,
you're gonna be Frozen Dad.
I don't care.
I'm gonna buy you the T-shirt that's appropriate, or you can be Sven.
I can be Sven. Which one's Sven?
He's the moose, right?
The reindeer?
Oh, he's the reindeer.
Which one's the guy? What's the guy's name? It's been a while since Frozen came out.
Wait, Sven is definitely the reindeer.
Reindeers are better
Kristoff.
than people. Kristoff.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. You're not Kristoff. You're Sven.
Sven.
Yeah.
Why am I?
I just think it'd be cute.
Well, I hope to see Sven. Sven will be very sweaty in Hong Kong.
True.
Sweaty Sven is what they call him there.
All right, I'm bringing you back local.
Okay.
So my update is
we went from Birkenstocks to Arendelle. What's next?
We're taking you back to Dollywood.
Ooh, wait. I have Dollywood on my list too.
Well.
Well, now let's talk about it.
That was a real southern well. Well, two things about it. One, which I think you were probably going to say, is they're opening their new resort.
Yes.
Which is called
HeartSong.
So if you haven't listened to previous podcasts, we visited Dollywood, which is a theme park in Tennessee in a town called Sevierville. And it's great. It's not the land of ears. It's not like Disney World. But in terms of a theme park, if you're in this part of the States where you could drive to that destination, it was really fun. We had a great time.
Yes.
And their resorts, I would say, meet my expectations for what you would encounter at Disney. And they're opening up a second one that opens November
the hotel is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're opening up a second resort that opens when? November?
Reservations are open now. You can book it starting November 3rd.
Right. If you wanted to experience the park at Christmas time.
Yeah.
But matching the resort opening, do you know what they also just opened in Sevierville?
What?
A Buc-ee's.
Hey!
So we're not going to spend a lot of time talking about Buc-ee's.
Okay.
Because even the last time we went, I didn't have a great experience. It was there were way too many people in that place.
Well, we did arrive at 12:15 and everyone was hungry.
I mean, when I say a lot of people, there was a line. The exit of the highway was congested because every single person was going to Buc-ee's.
Google Maps told me to get off 2 exits prior
to avoid the traffic.
So that I could do back
And we
roads.
walked in and it was complete chaos. But if you go on a day where you can avoid the chaos, which I would say is any non-holiday weekend or weekday, it is a great stop for a road trip.
Amazing.
I mean, they've got everything. crazy clean, impeccable bathrooms.
Great merch.
So now, when you're in Dollywood,
Yes.
or you're headed to Gatlinburg, or
Yeah.
you're headed anywhere in Tennessee, you can stop at a Buc-ee's.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're going. HeartSong, Buc-ee's, Dolly Parton.
Somewhere.
Also, we went to Dollywood. We probably need to do an episode on Dollywood anyways.
Maybe. Let us know if you'd be down for that. I feel like it's a very niche group of people because they have to live close enough to drive there.
I think you'd be surprised, Meg.
Okay, let us
Dolly
know.
Parton transcends cultures. And so I think a lot of people, if you like Dolly, you don't love Dolly. If you like Dolly, you get there, all of a sudden you love Dolly.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me.
That's your experience.
I came in having respect for her, but when I left, I had admiration.
Wow.
Yeah,
Heard it
because
here
of
first.
also the backstory and what that park and resort means to the local community.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm all for it.
I love
We're
it.
going.
Okay, can't wait to go back. All right, what's next on your list? What do you have?
The River Seine in Paris. It's this beautiful river, right? But you can't swim in it. Mm-hmm. And, there's a lot of boats, there's a lot of tours and all that stuff. But Paris has said that ends now. They have spent $1.56 billion.
Wow.
That much money into cleaning the river. Now, they are not doing when I read more about how they're doing it, it's not like, hey, let's all gather stuff and go clean our river. It's more so they are diverting the sewage systems and all the pipes to ensure that no wastewater goes into the Seine. So maybe nature will just do its course and clean itself if they're not putting anything else in it.
Okay.
But all this is they say that it's gonna reach 90% cleanliness in 2 years.
And then the reason for cleaning the river is so people
Can
like
enjoy
tourism.
it. Yeah, kind of like in the Scandinavian countries where when the summer comes, you go swimming.
Yeah.
Right? That was what we saw in Copenhagen. Like they are like public pools are your canals and your rivers that you can swim in. So apparently the water has, historically there's only been 3 species of fish that have lived in the river. And now it's all the way up to 30.
Wow.
And so the river's making a huge progress. They're also coinciding it with the Olympics happening in Paris. So all this buzz.
That's definitely a major part of why they're cleaning it up. This also sounds like a good investment opportunity. Get a house on the river. That's going to be
us?
anyone.
Yeah,
I mean,
know what? You know who can do that?
Who?
Tom Stuker.
He definitely can.
Yeah.
I mean, he honestly could just fly to Paris casually, take a dip, and then fly home.
That's right.
He doesn't need an investment.
He's like, I'm going to Paris for a dip.
He already made his investment. It was on that plane.
Right. I need to be like Tom. Tom, can we please hang out? But yeah, Paris. I'm like, we visited Paris 2 years ago. We spent 3 days there. Loved it. There were parts of it that I was like, about. But then most of all, it is pretty romantic. Seeing the Eiffel Tower at night and eating your croissants and your, all the stuff that we ate there, the crepes. And it's just fun, right? It's beautiful. So now an added bonus would be like, now we can also go chill by the gardens and the parks and do a little picnic and then go swimming.
Yeah, stand-up paddleboard, kayaking, all the water sports.
So way to go, Paris.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of nervous to share this fact because I think it's going to change our relationship with planes forever.
Wow.
I know. Okay, the dirtiest part on the plane they found during a recent study was actually the table tray on the back of your seat. There were 8 times as many bacteria on that tray as there were on the handle to the toilet in the bathroom. Do we think this is true, and what does it make us think?
So the tray where, once we flip it down, that surface?
Yeah.
Really?
I know. And you know what? I always see, I'm not a crazy germaphobe, though now that I know this information, I'm trusting it, and I might have to bring
I'll bring
some
a
little
sanitizer
wipes,
spray.
something.
Yeah.
But what's just interesting is I always see people wiping it down, and I thought it was a little extra, not going to lie. I was like, wow, that's a little extra.
Right.
But Think about when they're turning over a plane, people are getting off, people are getting on. What do? They check the back of the seat pocket. They take out that trash that you lazy people didn't give to them on their last trash call.
Yeah.
Then I don't really feel
you lazy people.
I mean, okay, you're not lazy, but you just give them your trash. I never get why people just leave it in the front unless they forgot about it.
Well, unless you're that mom with the newborn, Megan.
Okay, permission granted for her. But then the flight attendants, then they make your seatbelt straight.
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean, that is how they flip over the plane.
Right.
They're not wiping anything down.
They ain't got no time.
They have no time. So when's the last time it makes sense. Now that I think about it, it makes sense. But I think moving forward, I might be a tray wiper.
Wow.
And now that I know this, I can't unknow. And now you're welcome. You can't unknow it either. Up to you what you do with this information.
Now you can wipe trays too.
Now you can be a part of the tray wiping club. But isn't that surprising?
That is very surprising.
Yeah.
But also, thanks for telling us that.
Yeah, really?
Thank you, Megan.
Yeah, my random fact on cleanliness.
I use that tray to take naps.
Yeah.
Because we only fly economy, but that tray, man, it goes down.
I know, some close contact.
Yeah, I put everything on there.
Now you know.
Now I know.
Know better, do better, babe.
Yep. You got anything else for us?
No, that's it.
Well, I think that's it for today.
Wow, we ended on a low note. Maybe we should throw in one more thing.
No, we ended on a safe note.
Okay. Safe.
So to recap, do you want to do a recap? Let's try.
Okay.
Let's try.
All right, we started with you.
Okay. To recap, it's good to live in Orlando. Go.
Tom Stuker is
the man.
The man.
You also want to go visit Churchill to see polar bears.
Megan got permission from Colin to purchase winter jacket and Birkenstocks for my next trip.
False. But moving on. Also, Hong Kong Disneyland is building Arendelle.
Dollywood and Buc-ee's dream destination.
Next up, go to Paris for the Eiffel Tower and pack your swimming trunks because you're going swimming.
And grand finale,
wipe your trays. All right, folks, that's all the time we got today. We'll see you next Wednesday. Did you pack snacks? Bye.
Later.